Welcome to GOA365 English News Bulletin. I am Brian Sequeira and these are the headlines. As COVID cases rise in state, doctors warn that Goa too might see a rise in cases as domestic travel is in full swing. Delhi, Punjab enforce fines of up to 500 rupees for not wearing masks. EDC to start scheme under which those living in remote areas to get loans at 2% with a 40% subsidy. Business loan to women with rebate of 2%. Scattered rainfall activity expected for the next 5 days starting on the 21st after formation of a weak trough over Goa. Minimum temperatures to be around 36 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius respectively. Now for the news in detail. With COVID cases on the rise in the country, many states have seen their cases double over the past week. Dr. Shekhar Salkar of the State Expert Committee today warned that Goa too might see its share of rise in cases as domestic travel is in full swing. Delhi and Punjab have already made masks mandatory and fines of up to 500 rupees for non-compliance. Here's more on this.
The country today reported over 2,000 cases, nearly double from last week's figures, as Delhi and a few other states have reported a spike in cases and made wearing of masks mandatory in public places. Dr. Shekhar Salkar, a member of the expert committee, has warned that with domestic travel in full swing, Goa will sooner or later see its share of rise in cases. Salkar also said that the fourth wave has already begun in Delhi and a few other states and might hit Goa by June. Listen.
Fourth COVID chances are going to happen.
See, the fourth COVID wave in Goa, we won't be able to say anything now, but we need to wait till June or July, because we have seen in first, second, third wave that it can come maybe around 3 to 4 months it takes after the end of the one wave. So this wave has ended around 1 month back. So maybe we may have to wait for another 1 month to 1.5 months. Maybe by June end, we will be knowing that there is something coming or not. But it has already started in Delhi. It has started in Delhi, UP, Jharkhand, and flights are on. So we are likely to get number will increase. Maharashtra also yesterday's number has doubled. So it is going to double. The more the test you do, the more the number will be there. So we have to be careful. We just cannot throw cautions to the wind. We have to be careful. We have to wear masks. We have to keep little bit of social distancing. Try to avoid too much of a crowd. And if you are sick, if you have diabetes, if you have a chronic renal failure, if you have cardiac problems, hypertension problem, all these problems are there. You are elderly, so you are in a high risk group. Then you have to take care.
Meanwhile, a medical camp was held at Tuer today where free health checkups were given to locals. Dr. Anup Netravalkar, a Ayushman Bharat scheme consultant, said the health scenario has changed compared to before, where people not only seek medical attention when unwell, but also preemptively. He said that communities should come forward and attend such regular community health checkups. As the COVID pandemic is still looming and a fourth wave now expected to hit by June, it is imperative that people take their health seriously. Listen.
पब्लिक हेल्थ म्हणटा ते आतां खूब इवॉल्व जाला पयलीं भशेन ना पयलीं इट वॉज फोकस्ड ओनली ऑन पेशंट्स आनी दुयेंत लोकांचेर पूण आतां तशें ना आतां हें डिमेडिकलायज जाल्लें आसा पब्लीक हेल्थ म्हणटा तें आनी कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन जर कसलोय प्रोग्राम आमी बरो हें करतले चालीक लायतले जाल्यार कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन म्हणटा तें आमकां जाय सो ह्या प्रोग्रामान जायते आमी एक्सपेक्ट करता हांगा आज कॅम्प आसा तुवें एरियान अंडर कम्युनिटी हेल्थ सेंटर पेरनेम आनी प्रायमरी हेल्थ सेंटर कासरवाडे हे दोन ज्युरिडिक्शनान जे येतात ते हे हेल्थ कॅम्पान आमी एक्सपेक्ट करता येवपाचें.
Meanwhile, the Health Minister Vishwajit Rane spoke to heads of departments and senior consultants on his plans for the health sector in the state. He also spoke on COVID and the possible fourth wave.
Today we need to fast track every department that we have. We need to see how best we can, support you, whether it is Dr. Ponraj, whether it is Dr. Teresa, who always have been promising in the last 5 years, unfortunately because of COVID, several other issues. Today, I don't think, in spite of some people, I don't know from where, I don't know if the doctors feel suddenly somebody makes a statement that suddenly in June there's going to be a fourth wave. So I don't understand how this calculations and creating, fear mongering among the public, and as a result it affects the overall state as a whole. Unfortunately, COVID put us on the back foot, and not only our place, but it put all of us in such a situation that we had to only look at people and serve in terms of how we need to move forward. And now these new variants which keep on coming, then we have to deal with it. But same time, there's not going to be any suspension. I don't think that's the approach anybody is following anywhere. But there are some states which they're having these type of issues. But we need to see and assess. And I think more than a minister, I think the experts and expert doctors and panelists, members of that expert committee can decide. And within Goa Medical College, our doctors can decide as to what is the modalities that need to be followed.
Sandeep Kamulkar and Amar Chavaria for GOA365 from Tuve and Panjim.
The issue of laying of treated sewage pipeline from Kolwa to River Sal is heating up. On Thursday, the Banauli Panchayat issued a fresh stop order to the contractor, saying that permission from the Panchayat is a must to carry out road digging work if a road goes through Panchayat areas. However, the work is still on. Here are the details.
The laying of treated sewage pipeline from the Kolwa sewage treatment plant to River Sal is going on in full swing. Days before the work would start, the Banauli Panchayat along with local MLA Venzi Viegas convened a meeting in a bid to see if the work could be stopped. When the work started, the Panchayat issued the stop cause notice, but work continued. A fresh stop work order was then issued to the contractor, saying that the Directorate of Panchayats had given it the right to stop work, which is going on without necessary permission. However, the work still continued.
Necessary prior permission should be obtained from the other concerned competent authority. ताणी खंयची घेतिल्ली आहा परमिशना PWDची ही आता मेन्शन आसा खंयची घेतिल्ली ना तुगे ब्लॉक डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफिसराचे आनी तुगेले VP काना बेनॉलीचे हे घेतिल्ले ना त्या खातीर ताणी कंडिशन मेन्शन केलें कंसर्न परमिशन घेवपा जाय म्हणून काल दी स्टॉपर तर आमी सगळ्या वचून दिल्ली ती आज कशी काम स्टार्ट जाली काय म्हणून सो आय एम आस्किंग द कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर show me the direction from the sewerage engineer, department engineer, तुका direction दिला ती हे काम करपाक. That's it.
जेन्ना पंचायत एडवोकेटान ऑलरेडी पॉइंट आउट केल्लें, if I am correct, as per the Panchayat Raj Act, clause number 65, it says that roads come under the Panchayat. And as per that, it is required to take the Panchayat permission in case if you are digging into their jurisdiction, local area असता. And based on that, advocatean things suggest करून Panchayat has issued a second stop work order. हे केल्ले आसतना देखून work is being continued. The whole idea is people are disturbed. There is a set of villagers who has gone to the entity to make sure that everyone knows की हे उदक पयसदा न्हंयत घालप. दुसरें हिंगा हांकां पायपलायन हे विलेजांतल्यान परमिशन नासतना तांकां घायलोली नाका. So jenna ye lokak itli obstructioning aha, and when it is not required to come this side, I think the law shows us that they have to stop.
Banauli MLA Venzi Viegas said that he would approach the revenue minister for help in stopping the work.
Since the collector is not obeying the stop work order or not coming here on site re na olopak panchayati kaden, tek lagon I think we have to now rush to the higher authority, and the higher authority is the revenue minister, whom I think we are going to proceed now and going to knock his door and going to explain to him and come up with a solution. If required, we will request the revenue minister Bab Monsurat to come here tomorrow morning and to assess this situation so that everybody comes to know what we should do and what we should not do. The idea is this pipeline should not go. This pipeline is sonospa naka and here udo nuint river salant gelo naka. Here river salant contaminate kelo udo amt naka.
In a setback to the villagers, the High Court on Wednesday declined to grant a stay on the work. However, the High Court has admitted the intervention petition filed by the villagers of Banauli. This will be next heard in June. Saying that the work of laying the pipeline was in accordance with the court orders, the High Court directed that a notice be served on the Banauli Sarpanch for issuing fresh stop work notice to the contractor. Ramesh Naikrat for GOA365 from Banauli.
After enjoying a good fiscal year, EDC Chairman Sadaran Shet Tanwade has said that the premier financial institution will start a tribal employment generation program scheme under which those living in remote areas would be able to avail loans at 2% with a 40% subsidy. and a business loan scheme which would be offered at a rebate of 2% for women and with a 5% rebate for those living in backward talukas. Here's more.
Chaired by Sadanand Chetanaude, the EDC held its 4th annual meet to review its performance during FY20 to 21. The EDC's total revenue for the past fiscal stands at a tall 83 crore rupees. Hopeful for another good year, Tanaude says that the financial institution hopes to rake in a profit of over 50 crore rupees, a projection that would only be made less by the prevailing rate of interest, he said. Tanaude also shed light on the new schemes and revisions that the financial institution planned to make available in the upcoming fiscal. Listen to what he had to say.
रोजगार योजना आसा तशा पद्दती स्पेशली ही एसटी बांधवांक लागून डिझायन केल्ली स्कीम आसा ताच्या भितर आमी तांकां 2% म्हणजे 2% तांकां लोन मेळटा प्लस 40% सबसिडी म्हणजे 40% शंबर एखाद्यान जर 100 रुपया जर सदारण लोन जर घेतलें आसत जाल्यार तेणे केवळ 60 रुपया परत फारीक करप एक्झाम्पल उदाहरण सांगपाचें जालें जाल्यार व्हडले बिझनस करपाक सेटअप करपाक लागून आमी टर्म लोन दितात ताच्या भितर सरकाराचें जें प्रोविजन आसा स्कीम आसा त्या स्किमीचो लाभ घेवपाक मेळटा ताच्या भितर एखादो गोंयकार जर आसत गोवन ऑरिजीन जाल्यार ताका 2% रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्टान रिबेट मेळटा वुमन एंटरप्रेनर जर आसत जाल्यार ताका 2% रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्टा भितर ताका फरक पडटा आनी बॅकवर्ड तालुका जर आसत कोणें जर एखाद्याक दिसता की आपण एक धंदो करपाक जाय तो बॅकवर्ड तालुक्या भितर जाल्यार ताका 5% रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्ट हें कमी मेळटा म्हणजे सादारण एकूण जर तशें पळयलें गोंयकार आसलो लेडीज एंटरप्रेनर जर पार्टनर आसत किंवा ती स्वता करता आसत ती आसत आनी बॅकवर्ड तालुक्या भितर येतात पेडणे सत्तरी बिचोली त्याच्या नंतर काणकोण केपें सांगे आनी धारबांदोडा अशे 7 वेगवेगळे तालुके जे आसात ह्या तालुक्या भितर एखाद्यान धंदो सेटअप करपाचो जर ठरयलो आसत जाल्यार ताका हे 5% रिबेट सरकाराची आनी एडिशनल मेळटा त्या प्रमाण जर पळयलें जाल्यार 5% बॅकवर्ड तालुका 2% वुमन आनी 2% गोवन ऑरिजीन एकूण 9% म्हणजे एखाद्यान जर आमचो रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्ट कॅल्क्युलेशनाचेर जर 9.5% जर आयलो आसत जाल्यार केवळ 0.5% भितर 0.5% भितर ताका हें लोन मेळपाक शकता पूण वेगवेगळे पेपर्स जे आसात ते ताणें सबमीट करूं जाय प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट सबमीट करूं जाय त्याची रिपेईंग कॅपेसिटी आसूं जाय अशा पद्दतीची ही आमची टर्म लोन स्कीम ताचे भितर एक प्रोविजन आसा CMRY हें जें आसा तें आमी मॅक्झिमम 25 lakhs आमी दितात त्याच्या भितर प्रोफेशनल आसा जाल्यार अप टू 25 अदरवायज इट इज 20 lakhs आनी रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्ट जो आसा तो फिमेल आसत जाल्यार 6% आनी मेल आसत जाल्यार 8% एंड 25% सबसिडी अशा पद्दतीची चीफ मिनिस्टर रोजगार योजना ही आमी राबयतात त्याच्या भितर वेगवेगळे उद्योग वेगळे बारीक बारीक धंदे करपाचें प्रोविजन त्याच्या भितर आसा पर्सनल लोन स्कीम जी आसा ती आमी नवीनच सुरू केली जेणे करून बारीक लोन जर एखाद्या कारण बरेच आमी पळयतात की गव्हर्मेंट सर्वंट आसत एडेड स्कुलांचे टीचर आसत तांचो स्टाफ आसत तांकां एखाद्याक जर कितें एखादें पर्सनल घेवपाक जाय आसत जाल्यार आमी मॅक्झिमम एक 15 लाख रुपया पर्यंत लोन आमी तांकां दितात तेंचे सॅलरी सर्टिफिकेट घेतकच इमिडिएटली तांकां विथइन अ वीक ते लोन आमी दितात आनी ताचो रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्ट एवरेज कम्पेर्ड टू बँक साडे एक बऱ्या पद्दतीचो रेट ऑफ इंट्रस्ट आमी तांकां दितात टर्म लोन स्कीम ही आमचे कडेन आसा जेणे करून बिग बिझनेसमॅन
Irshad Sheikh for GOA365 from Panaji.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. An argument broke out during a medical camp at Tuain today between MLA Jeet Arolkar and Dr. Anup Netrawalkar over failure to create awareness about a scheme which gives beneficiaries up to 5 lakh rupees of medical cover. Here's more on this.
A medical camp was held at Tuain today where locals were given free health checkups. During the camp, Dr. Anup Netrawalkar, a Ayushman Bharat scheme consultant, explained the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana scheme which gives beneficiaries up to 5 lakh rupees of medical cover. Apart from that, the scheme also gives beneficiaries the freedom to seek medical care outside the state in case of lack of facility or expertise in the state. Listen.
आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना जो हो 2018 प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी लॉन्च केल्लो 2018 सालान सो ह्या स्किमीचे कांय इम्पॉर्टंट पॉयंट्स हांव सांगता पयलीं म्हणल्यार 5 लाख कवर मेळटा इन्शुरन्स कवर हेल्थ इन्शुरन्स हेल्थ एश्युरन्स म्हणून येता हेल्थ एश्युरन्स कवर मेळटा सो ह्या स्किमीन एक 22 गव्हर्मेंट हॉस्पिटलां आनी 14 प्रायवेट हॉस्पिटलां एम्पेनल्ड आसा जंय ह्या लोकांनी वचून फॅसिलिटीज तरेतरेच्यो घेवं येता. दुसरी बेनिफिट्स हाजे म्हणल्यार पोर्टेबिलिटी म्हणल्यार जर एक कोणाकूय अशें क्रॉनीक दुयेंस जाता आनी तें जर दुयेंस गोंया राज्यांत जर ते हँडल करपाक जायना ड्यू टू वेरियस रिजन्स किंवा एक्सपर्टायज ना, मशिनरी ना, जाल्यार ह्या लोकांनी दुसऱ्या स्टेटीन वचून फॉर एग्जाम्पल एम्स न्यू दिल्ली हांगा वचून ह्या स्किमी अंडर तांकां फ्री ट्रिटमेंट मेळटा. सो असो आनी एक बेनिफिट्स आसा जो 5 लाख मेळटा इन्शुरन्स कवर.
However, during the medical camp in Tue, an argument between MLA Jeet Arolkar and Dr. Anup Netravalkar broke out. The argument broke out after MLA Jeet Arolkar questioned Dr. Anup as to why no one was informed or made aware about the scheme in advance so that panchayats could be notified and more people could attend the camp. Watch.
पेडण्यां तालुक्यांत गेल्यार तूं सी जितलें आसा तें पूण टोटल गोंयान आमचे कडेन
हांगा जेन्ना येतले पळय तेन्ना तुमकां कशें घडलें तो बाबा परत आहा
कारण तांची नांवां सर ऑलरेडी
तुमी शॉर्टलिस्ट करूंक ना कितले कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी वायज पेडणे मांद्रे कितले कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी आहा ते
कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी आमचे कडेन तो डेटा आमकां सॉर्ट आउट करून हांव
म्हाका एक माझ्या ऑफिसांत तेचे पेडणे तेका दी सो आमकां कळोंक जाय कोण म्हणून हे
सो आपले लोक स्क्रीन केल्ले जाय परत ते स्किमीन आसा की ना तांचें नांव ऑलरेडी आसा आनी आधार कार्ड आनी रेशन कार्ड घेवन येवपाक जाय तुवें हेल्थ सेक्टराचेर सर्वांनी तुवें आसा आजिलोन आसा खूब सेंटर
मांद्रे हेतून ना सब सेंटर मांद्रे
स्क्रीन जर ती आसा आनी तातूंत खूब बेनिफिट्स आसा.
नेक्स्ट टाइम प्रोग्राम जो ह्यो आसा तो अजून तेंच्यांनी कसो कितें लायन अप केला तो आमकां खबर नासलो. सो आमी आतां जस्ट डिस्कस करतले एकूच हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंटाक आनी बाकीचे डिपार्टमेंट्स आहात एक सरकारा कडेन परत सीएमा कडेन आमी रिक्वेस्ट करतले की परत एकदां ह्यो कॅम्प जावचो की आनी एवेरनस एक म्हयनो पयलीं एडवान्सान आमकां सांग जेणे करून आमकां सगळ्या लोकांक सगळ्या गांवांतून सगळ्यांक गाडी करून सगळ्या लोकांक हाडून हेचे फॅसिलिटीज दिवपाचे ह्यो आमचो प्रयत्न आसता.
Sandeep Kamulkar for GOA365 from Tue.
Frustrated over unresolved road issues, Maya locals grumble that none of the MLAs elected so far have taken up the road repair work. Locals say that during every election they remain hopeful for a new MLA who would get the roads, some of which have been built 15 years ago in proper shape. However, the MLAs disappear as soon as they are elected, locals complain.
For the last 15 years, my residents have been waiting for good roads with gutters. But the constituency does not just suffer from road issues. It also faces water issues, a lack of electricity supply, broken electricity poles, stray cattle, potholes and dust pollution. The dust pollution here, which was at first due to mining, is now caused by roads that are not hot mixed. Here's what a few locals had to say.
15 वर्सां तरी एका कोणीनूच पळोवंक ना ह्या रस्त्याक.
कारण कितें म्हणजे कितें प्रॉब्लेम जाता तुमकां
कांयच समज दुर्लो आतां सगळे पावसांचें उदीक भरता कान ना सारकें कितेंच हें ना हांगा हें करपाक कोणाचें झाडां झुडपां जाता ती कोण बेणिना कोण पळयना आनी कांयच करिना कोण हें हांगा येतात पळयतात हें करतात मापतात वयतात आनी कोण तेजे फाटल्यान वचकुशी घेयना कारण हांगा पंचे ना न्हू आनी कोण वचकुशी घेयना आमदारूय ना.
जवळ 2 किलोमीटर आसा हो रोड हांगा ह्या जंक्शना वरसून स्टार्ट जाता पळय तो तिखाजन मेरेन आयज 10-15 वर्सां जालीं ह्या रस्त्याक कोणी पळोवंक ना. त्या जंक्शनाचेर स्पीड ब्रेकर जावं तो स्पीड ब्रेकर अजून घाला कितकेशेच एक्सिडंट जाता थंय हांव दोळ्यांनी पळयतां ह्या सायडीसून जे स्पिडीन वयता वयरसूनय येता स्पिडीन एक्सिडंट चालूच आसता थंय. ह्या रस्त्याक जर तुमी पळयशात पायपलायन घातलेली व्हडली ती पायपलायन खोदल्या आनी त्या उपरांत अजून ह्या रस्त्याक कोणी पळोवंक ना. आमच्या जेवणांनी सुद्दां धुल्लो वयता हो ह्या रस्त्याचो आनी अशे त्रास जाता. स्कुटरी तर म्हाका दिसता दिसाक 2 जाण तरी हांगा पडलेले आसता 108 गाडी ती चालूच आसता ह्या रस्त्यार. आमदार आसा काय ना तोय आमकां खबर ना ह्या गांवांत. आमदार ह्या मये मतदारसंघाक आमदार आसा काय ना तोच खबर ना मयाकारांक. हांव म्हणटा बेगिना बेगीन आमदार जो स्थानीक आमदाराचे हेजेर ह्या रस्त्याचेर लक्ष घालचें नाल्यार लोकांक हांगा मरपाक वेळ लागचो ना एक्सिडंट जावन.
Mahesh Goekar for GOA365 from Maya.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now for some sports news. The Intermediate Season Ball Cricket Tournament organized by Sports Journalists Association of Goa in association with the Goa Cricket Association kicked off today morning. Around 10 teams participated in this two-day tournament.
On the first day of the tournament, that 4 matches will be played. The next 4 matches will be played on next day, including semi-final and final matches. This tournament was not organized for the last couple of years due to COVID. In the last match, Navin Times lost to Goan Varta. The SAG President Mahesh Gaonkar gave details while we watched some visuals of day 1.
गोवा क्रीडा पत्रकार संघटना मार्फत आयोजित इंटरमिडिया सीझन बॉल क्रिकेट टुर्नामेंट आज सुरू झाला. सकाळी आमचे GCAचे सचिव वा विपुल फडके हांच्या हस्ते ह्या स्पर्धेचे उक्तावण जालें. कोरोनाक लागून 2 वर्सां ही सर्त घडोवन हाडपाक आमकां शक्य जालें ना आनी 2 वर्सांच्या उपरांत 2 वर्सांच्या गॅपा नंतर ही स्पर्धा जाल्या आनी बरो प्रतिसाद मेळ्ळा. क्रीडा पत्रकार संघटना आमचे वेगवेगळे इव्हेंट ऑर्गनायज करता मिडिया खातीर. तातूंत प्रिंट आनी इलेक्ट्रॉनीक मिडियाचे सगळे सहभागी जाता. पयल्या दिसा 5 मॅची जातल्यो आनी फाल्यां सेमीफायनल फायनल धरून एकंदरीत 4 मॅची जातल्यो. फाल्यां फायनल जातले आनी एकंदरीत सद्या बऱ्या उत्साहान सगळ्यांनी भाग घेतला आनी बऱ्यापैकी सर्त चल्ली. प्रिंट मिडिया जास्तीत जास्त इलेक्ट्रॉनीक मिडिया गोवन वार्ता लायव्ह आसा, प्रुडंटाची टीम आसा आनी इलेक्ट्रॉनीक मिडियाची सेपरेट आसा आनी बाकीच्यो प्रिंट मिडियाचे संघ गोमंतक आसा, नवीन पब्लिकेशन आसा तातूंत 365चे इन्क्लूड आसा आनी आमचे बाकीचे संघ दूरदर्शन हे प्रिंट एज वेल इलेक्ट्रॉनीक तेंचे एकंदरीत एक टीम केल्या. अशे वेगवेगळे टिमींत सहभागी जाले. टोटल 10 टिमी आसा.
Amar Chavriya for GOA365 from Panaji.
Now for some weather. With the likely formation of a weak trough over Goa, scattered rainfall activity at isolated areas is expected for the next 5 days starting on the 21st. Maximum and minimum temperatures are expected to hover around 36 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius respectively.
The rainfall activity is likely to help bring down rising temperatures. The Met Department has said that there will be no large change in temperatures in the next 5 days. There is a possibility of thunderstorms accompanied with lightning and strong winds at 1 or 2 places on the 21st, 22nd and 23rd, in case of which locals should avoid open fields and standing under trees or other tall structures. There are no other weather or fishermen warnings issued. Scattered rainfall likely for the next 5 days. Lightning and strong winds likely on the 21st, 22nd and 23rd. Maximum and minimum temperatures today 36 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius respectively. There are no other weather or fishermen warnings. Bureau Report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
With that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. Take care, stay safe and keep watching GOA365.